What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. On this episode, we are discussing the Xbox and Bethesda showcase that just dropped. It was a lot of fun to watch. There was a lot of reveals. So, Akram, we covered PS Showcase. We talked about Summer Game Fest. Let's get your thoughts on Xbox Showcase.
Oh yeah, I think for sure it might be one of my favorite showcases that has been released so far. We're not doing any reactions for PC Game Showcase, or if there's a Nintendo thing. So for the most part, if I could compare this to the PlayStation Showcase, I actually prefer this one a lot more.
Wow.
Yeah, and at least they dedicated a whole stream just for Starfield, so that's awesome. It looks really great. We'll get into a lot of details about that. And they have some heavy hitters, and they also have a lot of returning iconic games. So, all in all, I think it was a good experience. I think I'm satisfied for the most part. Yeah, let's get your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. Some new IPs, some follow-ups and stuff we saw in previous showcases. I feel like most of the games, though, were kind of underwhelming for me, especially with graphics. I feel like PS Showcase had better games with better graphics, but I'm nitpicking with that because I know a lot of people will say I'm nitpicking. But yeah, we saw some cool reveals. So I guess let's start off with the biggest one, which was the Starfield game because it had its own showcase. And they gave us a massive amount of content with it. I know a lot of people are saying it's basically a No Man's Sky clone, basically, but we get it, guys. You've played No Man's Sky. But no, I like that they're expanding on the genre. And I feel like it's a lot different because they gave you so many options for customization. The shipbuilding thing was really cool. You get to customize it well. The worlds look really detailed, but let's get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, it looks really great. I mean, yeah, this is going to be the next iconic Bethesda game that I hopefully people will talk about from years to come. I think also they were really confident in showing so much, although it was highly edited. But that's what you would expect. It wasn't a boring showcase for nothing. It was absolutely astonishing, and the amount of customization that you can have with your ship, but also your actual person. I'm super excited for that. The weapons, even the different planets. So they keep mentioning 1,000 planets. So I'm pretty sure that's the cap. It's just 1,000. I think it was more. I don't think it's like this generative type of thing, because then I think it kind of degrades in quality. Of course, that's what you expect because it's a huge idea and a huge way to make a game. But for the most part, I am extremely satisfied with what I've seen. And I love the aesthetic. I love how they explained it.
It's beautiful. They made their own style. They called it NASA Punk. It's basically like this almost realistic approach to sci-fi, right? They said it feels like more kind of like retro analog in a way. So it's still in the future, but it still has ties to our technology now. And you can see that, embedded in a lot of the style of the weapons, the suits, right? And even the ships themselves.
Yeah, it looks very much like the movie Interstellar for Christopher Nolan. But there's no problem with that. I like that style too. I mean, they never showed weapons in that movie, so here it looks great. I love the creature design too. It's not how No Man's Sky does the creature designs. Creature designs for No Man's Sky seem a lot like the creature designs from 1960 space operas. So here it's kind of what you would expect. Like, this is how I would imagine aliens to look like and
more
appear.
Organic, yeah.
Yeah, and also it just makes sense and functionality wise. Like, it makes sense because these species have evolved in these specific planets. I asked a question earlier to myself. I was like, will weather and gravity affect whatever planet you're on or the gameplay, or will it unveil different locations? Like, if there's snow and then you come back and the snow kind of shifts or melt. They didn't talk about that, so I doubt that that's there. But they did say that gravity will play a part in the different places you're in, especially like when you're shooting and it pushes you back.
Right, I like that detail.
Yeah, the tons of abilities look great too. So there's so many customization options for your weapons. I worry. I hope like things aren't too grindy. Or like damn, I can't catch a break.
It feels like that. Yeah. Well, they're pushing the aspect of making it feel like, well, it's a nice balance between combat and discovery. So it's like you have the freedom to explore this entire universe, but you also have the freedom to do a lot of missions and they gave you the option if you want to like pirate other ships and build a fleet. I thought that was really cool. It's almost like this Star Wars-esque kind of world building where you have like different colonies, you have human settlements, and I like too that you can actually hire your own crew, right? Throughout the gameplay, you can meet different characters and they have different skill sets and you can use those to your advantage. And when you're building a party, and you can have them run your ship or your base, wherever. I thought that was really cool. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to feel like fucking Mandalorian playing this game just because it's so diverse and just the details down to just like the collectible resources that they have, like the food or just like minerals that you can use for like scientific discovery.
Yeah,
it's so well done, and the art direction, I they'll probably end up getting an award for Game Awards, I imagine.
Oh yeah, I would imagine as well. I mean, well, it could be a letdown too. I don't want to like say like, oh, this might be the best game ever. It still could be a letdown. I mean, that's what we kind of expect now from AAA games. So I mean, Fallout 76 was a letdown. I hope this isn't a buggy mess. And yeah, but anyways, they also revealed the pre-orders. So I'm not really sure at the time of this recording. Well, probably you could pre-order now at the time of this recording that you guys are seeing this. But for the most part right now, as I'm seeing it, yeah, they have a collector's edition that's $2.99. Let me get your thoughts on the collector's edition.
I thought it was cool, actually. Was it the watch thing?
Yeah, it was the watch compass thing, yeah.
I know you're not a fan of it, but to be honest, I think it's a good way to kind of promote the game because this game took 25 years in the making and they're going all out with it. And Xbox, I think makes sense because Xbox does a good job with branding, much better than I would say PlayStation. So the fact that they, took the themes of the game and made you feel like I'm almost immersed in it with the watch. It connects through like an app or something. But the case design is really cool too. And they showed the controller, which is kind of like almost like your cockpit in your ship. So I like that they're, taking elements from the game and bringing it to the player experience.
Yeah. So the watch is exactly like I think the Fallout 4, if I'm not mistaken, collector's edition, where you get to that one actually I think that one is a little bit cooler because you get to plug in your phone and the phone app will act as if it's like showing you Vax and stuff like that. So I think this one's a little bit too gimmicky. I can't imagine, like, unless you're like super schizoautistic and like you're using this watch, like whatever. I can't see like people actually using this watch going out. I think it's a beautiful collector's item. It's made from a studio, I believe, in England that does props. And hands down, it's I think it's a masterpiece. I think it warrants the price tag just for that watch alone. But the fact that you actually have to connect the app is pretty ass. Because then you can't really, like, your app's running in the background, your shit just like drains for like a fake compass and stuff like that. I wish there was like a statue. I wish there was like another edition, but I'm not complaining. I'm just happy that Starfield is actually coming out finally around September. I'm actually, what's funny, guys? I'm actually pre-ordering the collector's edition right now. So as much as I talk shit, I'm pre-ordering.
Send me that link because I need to order that.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it right now.
I couldn't find dick for the pre-order, but it's a great showcase for this game. They really took their time with it, and we were so hyped when they first announced the teaser, and to see it now fleshed out and to see what we're actually getting into, I thought it was perfect. This is what I wanted for a showcase, right? And it's an amazing game. I mean, you get the option to even play third person and first person. They give you that that option, and just it's such a diverse gameplay. And that comes out on September 6th of this year. Thank God for Game Pass on Xbox, X and S, and Steam as well. But we said our piece about Starfield. Moving on, I guess we should also mention another game that takes place in space. Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
Was revealed from Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft and Lucasfilm Games. So this game, not too much gameplay, but there will be more of it exposed in Ubisoft Forward tomorrow, I believe.
Yes, it will.
So
full gameplay walkthrough.
Yes. So cinematic trailer mostly. You play as I believe her name is Kay Vess. She's like a thief or like a scoundrel in the Star Wars universe. It's an open world game. It takes place between Empire and Return of the Jedi, and it seems like a more like Syndicate level story. So you're not really fighting against the Empire. The Empire is in the game, but it's more like you're dealing with like a lot of these crime families. We saw the Pikes. We even saw like some in different worlds, some aliens. We saw like a Rancor in one shot. So let me get your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, it was a pretty good cinematic. Judging off the things we've seen, I kind of like the fact that we are seeing more droids from the, I was going to say Republican era, from the Republic era in the Empire area. That's really cool. I like that because we've seen that in, of course, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So yeah, so I like the trailer a lot. My only complaint is I'm tired of playing as like lowlives. Like, how come we always have to play as like thieves and scoundrels?
Right.
Like, I want to see something a little bit more unique, different in a sense of character building in games. Like, it's either a Jedi, a lowlife, or whatever. I want to see like something a little bit like shake up the branches a little bit. Like, let's see what falls on us. Like, I really want something that I did not expect. And also, how come do we always play as humans too? But okay, anyways, that aside, I thought the gameplay, like the trailer itself, was really fun. I really thought it was fun for the most part. It is open world. I wonder if you get to only play exclusively as this character. I mean, they showed the banner on Facebook and whatnot, and it showed this character with that droid. So I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's Ubisoft, though, at the end of the day. It's gonna probably be Mod Podge, when you see the NPCs and they're like, ah! When you're like running around or something, it's gonna be a little bit stupid, maybe. I hope that it doesn't go down that route, but if anything, like we see in Watch Dogs 3, or is it Watch Dogs 3? Or Watch Dogs Legions, whatever. And that was a cool game, but the characters were lackluster here and there. So I wonder if they're gonna implement. But anyway, this game, I believe, doesn't this game come from the people who made The Division, right? I'm pretty sure this game comes from those people as well. Yeah, so they're used to open world designs, and The Division doesn't have like Mod Podge NPCs for the most part. So I think this is probably the first outing to something where it's like single player and it's open world, and I wonder how they're going to handle the NPCs. So
I wonder what planets too we'll get for it. Like probably Tatooine, I imagine, because we always get fucking Tatooine. It's like
I hope not.
They're bread and butter. But it'd be cool if we actually could see like Coruscant or something.
Coruscant, that would be actually really cool. Well, I wonder because Jedi Survivor, unless they introduce new planets that, well, it looks very like there was like this foresty area. I don't think it's really familiar at all. There's like this planet that seems icy, at least from far away. I wonder what that is. And you said this game takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi? That's interesting. That's unique. You see, I would have liked a game that takes place around the Mandalorian era. If they did something like that, I thought that would have been cool. Because I'm kind of getting tired of everything's an Empire, even the comics.
Empire. It's like all Empire.
Yeah, like if you throw something new at least. I mean, I'm excited for Star Wars Eclipse. Of course, we know nothing about that yet. That looks really original. But with this game, it looks very similar to a lot of properties we've seen before from Star Wars. So you know what this gave me like a feeling of? It's kind of like Star Wars. What is it? Star Wars Squadrons. When they showed the trailer for that, it was exciting, but for some reason you felt like not too hyped for it. It was like weird, right? The only reason people are hyped about this right now is because it's a flashy cinematic trailer and it's open world and it's the first Star Wars Ubisoft game. But besides that, what can really grab you and get you playing this game for many months later? I don't know. And also Ubisoft is well known for microtransactions, so I wonder how that will play into this game. But we have a lot of questions. Of course, these questions will be answered when we actually see Ubisoft Forward. So guys, stay tuned. And if you made it this far into the video, again, press like. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and we love you. So yeah, but let's move on. What is your next pick of something that you enjoyed?
We saw Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Keanu Reeves, gave a cool intro, and of course Idris Elba is collaborating with this new game, and it seems there's a map expansion with this area called Dogtown. It's part of Night City, and there's a lot of cool new features. There's some mech bosses we saw too. Give us your thoughts on it, because I know you're a huge Cyberpunk player. Yeah,
I platinumed the game. I actually loved Cyberpunk. I think, of course, it could have been better. It felt like stuff was missing, but everyone has been talking about that for so long, so why beat a dead horse? So for this, it really looks promising. I wonder if they're going to changed the ending from the original, like what was it, 4 or 5 endings. I wonder if this is like the next ending where V will actually be cured. If so, I think that makes a lot of sense because you could do a lot more of the character. Because this isn't a game where you get to just play as so many different types of characters to continue the story. It's centered around V and V's perspective with Johnny next to you. So of course, I think they have to be really reliant on V so far. I think any major change will be too much, and we'll probably have to wait for a long time for that to happen. So Idris Elba looks really cool here as well. He looks great. The graphics, of course, I think for the most part look pretty good. So yeah, I mean, they did updates before, quality of life updates. I'm sure the game is pretty great to play now. We had the Cyberpunk Edge Runners little thingy-majiggy that was added. Yeah. So it's been a long time coming. I wonder how ambitious this will be. Like, how long will it take to actually beat this DLC? And I don't know, is it a free DLC or is it paid DLC? I think it's actually, well, it says Game Pass, but I think it's a paid DLC.
Perhaps.
So people on PlayStation or something will probably have to cough up some dough. But yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good, and Johnny's back. So I always love how he presents these things. Well, we're here today. I love that guy. He's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, and that comes out in September, the 26th of this year.
Yeah, the end of this year is like so many releases. We'll talk a little bit more about the overall Xbox Game Showcase and some theories that we have, but for the most part, let's move on. I just want to give a quick shout out to Fallout 76. So I remember buying the game and it was pretty ass. Over time, they did so many quality of life updates. It kind of matches Cyberpunk 2077, where like so many quality of life updates. So their new updates is their Atlantic City update, which makes sense for the summer. So it's kind of funny. It's a long, great trailer. It's like a musical notes in there as well. So guys, check that out. I think you guys, any Fallout 76 players will enjoy it. I'm disappointed though, they didn't show the Fallout, like a Fallout trailer for the Prime series.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's coming out soon.
Yeah, they should have did that actually, because they did that with, I believe, Summer Game Fest or Game Awards. They showed Halo, so I was like, oh, why don't you guys take the opportunity, since everything is like fine and dandy in this showcase?
Probably still in production, I imagine. So maybe Game Awards will probably get that trailer.
Yeah, Game Awards. That's true. All right, well, you give us your next one.
Well, another thing we saw was Senua Saga Hellblade 2.
True.
We saw that trailer a long time ago. We saw gameplay. This one was a more cinematic trailer. It was kind of confusing, for me at least. We saw the main character. I think her name is Senua, if I'm
stupid.
If I'm wrong. Okay. I don't know. I didn't want to assume. It's like when people say like Link is Zelda or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Senua, she's in this cave, and there's like a lot of like whispers going on. I think there was like a creature in there too. Let's get your thoughts on that, because I was trying to piece together, what the story was about.
Yeah. Well, the game is a commentary also on schizophrenia. There's like a lot of like that type of stuff, or mental health issues. So from this, I think you could see a lot of the tones in that. For the trailer itself, it is pretty confusing. I mean, I don't even know. I'm sure most people won't know either. So I don't know even what the game centers on. It's just a lot of teases, but at least we got to see the actress from Senua make an appearance, because that was revolutionary when Ninja Theory, they were making the crane in the games, and it was so beautiful the way how they did like the performance capture. Like, my goodness. So that was revolutionary. So that's why they brought her out, because it's like, yeah, we get to see her face in full detail all the time since the first one. So I thought that was really important to bring her back. Yeah, it's a cool trailer. I wish we got some more info on it though. I thought that they were going to make more of a bigger appearance in this, because this game actually is pretty beautiful. It's won so many awards just for its narrative alone and its themes, and then how the technology is like so well woven for next gen inside these games. It's amazing. But anyways, yeah, it has a 2024 release window, so more info to come, I guess, a little bit later on. So far, they showed a lot of stuff, and it says either at the end of the year or 2024. I really hope that the Game Awards is going to be the one to set things in like concrete.
A lot of vague release dates.
Yeah, and it looks like they're holding the heavy hitters out of these. So, all right, we get a quick shout out to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I gotta download that, man. That looks like such a chill game.
Is there
to play.
a deficiency of pilots I don't know about? Because
Yeah,
they
there's-
love promoting this, and the Forza stuff.
Yeah.
They just love promoting. I don't know. I mean, it looks
Right.
cool. I'm not gonna lie. The graphics look really cool, and I love the diversity of like the different maps and planes that you can do. But I'm like sitting here like, damn, is there a high demand for pilots I don't know
Shit.
about or some shit?
Probably, yeah. This is like a psyop to like get people to train,
Right.
low key. No, but it looks cool. I mean, it's a huge game. Hopefully, one day I could download it. But what surprised me the most was a Dune expansion. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if you can fly this just aircraft like in anywhere in New York, wherever.
Just a random Velocicopter or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Just flying through New York.
Well, I would imagine that there's like so much freedom with that. You could probably fly it around anywhere you can, but they showed like Arrakis, and I'm like thinking that's interesting. So are they adding a whole new map, and how huge is that map? Or is it like in a Sahara Desert and they just randomly put that thing there? Because there was a person in the sand. So maybe it's just a crossbreed between in-gen graphics
Probably
mixed
just
with like a
cool
cutscene.
collab, just in promotion for the new movie coming out, I imagine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How did they
Yeah.
do that? I think it's like a cutscene that they just made. I don't think that you guys can actually see that broken down ship and that person there. I don't think so. I think this is just like, because that's gonna be wild if you could choose Earth or Arrakis. That's like mad crazy because the amount of time that takes just to make a desert planet. So I'm pretty sure that it's just a cool, fun cutscene.
Yeah, for sure. Well, moving on. We also, in the beginning of the showcase, we got Fable. This is a, I guess, soft reboot. I guess this is technically Fable 4. So it's a continuation. We have Richard. I'm gonna mess this name up. Ayoade.
Yeah.
He was in the trailer, and he was showcasing it, and it's about heroes. It's kind of like this fantasy game. I forgot when the last one came out. Probably like 13 years ago or something. But it's a cool fantasy game. I'm sure the community is hyped to see it, revived. And it's, you have a lot of choices. I think there's a hero and evil and good and evil system where you can kind of like choose your path. So that'll be cool. And that comes on Game Pass for day one. So what else do you have for
fucking
us?
boring. Shut the fuck up.
I don't know what the fuck to say about
so boring. No, well, that trailer did look cool. I didn't expect it to be Fable at first. I have no idea. They said in-game graphics. I have no idea if these characters will make it into the actual game. I hope this will be a great entryway to new players like myself as well. It is ambitious. A lot of people have been waiting for it. So I wonder, for those hardcore fans, is this trailer kind of underwhelming, or they didn't really take it too serious because it's kind of like a joke? I don't know.
Well, also the influx of fantasy games now. It's like, I feel like it's the wrong time, or maybe it's the right time actually. I'm thinking about it for all these fantasy games coming out. But it's like, I feel like the trend now kind of feels like diluted. So maybe they should have waited or something. I don't know. If you guys are big Fable players, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, Bethesda, they're the originators of this type of genre too in games. So I'm sure I hope that they will handle it the best, But yeah, for me, I'm kind of getting tired of fantasy games. But anyway, my opinion right now doesn't really make sense because Fable, I think, is an awesome game. It has like a long history with these fans and stuff. So congratulations on the next Fable title release and maybe a possible reboot. And if you hate the trailer, then you hate the trailer. Sorry about that. Okay, moving on. Let me get your thoughts, Dylan, on Persona Reload.
Next, no. Well, I'm not a player of the Persona franchise, but damn, you guys must be eating good this year for Persona content, because we had that one Persona game, and then there was like the chibi style one. Good for you guys, I guess.
I tried to trick Dylan with that question.
I don't want to speak. I don't represent the community, unfortunately. So yeah, good for them, I guess.
There's also a Forza game. Okay.
Next.
There's also Overwatch 2 Invasion. That's I don't know
cool.
what's going on with that.
Well, I mean, we saw the trailer before. I forget if it was Game Awards, but we saw the trailer for that. And I don't play Overwatch, but I know the community is huge, and they gave a lot more variety for this one. There's like 6 new heroes coming for August 10th, and looks like they're adding a lot more modes in here. We saw like Hero Mastery. There's some co-op events too, and some new story missions. So I feel like the lore of Overwatch is just like expanding so much.
Yeah, that's fine. Not the fan base, because Overwatch 2 sucks and everybody knows it. Like, everybody knows it. Everyone hates it. Like, I don't know. They have to, like, revert back to their roots. I don't know what's going on with this bum-ass DLC. I'm speaking for the community, because I know the community doesn't really like Overwatch 2. Dylan, let me get your thoughts on Persona 5 Tactica P5T.
Next.
All right, what is your thoughts on Jusant?
Jusant. Okay, rock climbing, that's cool. I could go to my local gym and do that.
Jusant, that name Jusant sounds like an oversimplification of you just saying like, I just want a croissant. So you're like, Jusant. That's what it is.
Well, I thought that the animation style looked kind of cool though, but it's like, in terms of gameplay, it didn't look like it offered much. It's basically like an exploratory game, kind of like there was another game that they showed. It was like Dungeons of Hinterberg or something. So it's an interesting indie. It's more about the art style, I would say, than the actual like story, or maybe there's a bit deeper story behind it too.
Well, also, I think the gameplay, because it looked pretty challenging. Like, there was a lot of puzzle mechanics involved while climbing the rocks. And that's cool. That adds another dimension. And there's, like, challenges just because you don't really think about that in these type of games where you actually have to climb. It's kind of like just walking around. You know, you got to move left or right to see, like, where to jump. But this time, there's puzzle mechanics like ropes, and you have, like, animals with you. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's what it has going for it. I mean, the art style is pretty similar to a lot of things we've seen before. It looks pretty cute. I wonder if it'll have like a beautiful story, especially with the creatures and whatnot. But from the trailer so far, of course, they showcase the climbing. So I think that's going to be the most prominent thing about it. Yeah. I mean, it's cool.
It kind of reminds me of this game I played a long time ago called Worlds Adrift, where it's like there's like these islands on the sky, and you kind of like explore each one on an airship, but you can also like rock climb. So maybe it's like you said, like a puzzle or a challenge game, but you also like explore like resources and, you know, make cool stuff. I don't know, or like what they're doing with Tears of the Kingdom right now. So yeah, let's see.
We also have Still Wakes the Deep. That looks cool. It's just an eerie, really scary type of teaser. It appears to be first person in an oil rig. So something goes wrong. I think there's monsters. It's like alluded through the sounds that there's monsters on board. So it's kind of like survival too, it seems. It kind of reminds me of Alien Isolation, but on an oil rig. That looks interesting. I wonder if one day, if that does successful, I wonder if one day they'll do like a VR mode or something like that. Man, it looks really cool. I mean, not something to like go home and tell everyone about, but I just wanted to point that out there, that I think it looks interesting with the tone. It's amazing. Like, a lot of games, they rely heavily on the tone as well, and that plays a character. And I appreciate that. And that's something that games really do well in displaying. So they got that going for it. All right, tell us a little bit about City Skylines II.
I'm actually excited for that because I played the first one during the pandemic because I was really bored, and it's really fun. I'm not gonna lie, just to make your own city. And I guess in this one, well, first of all, the graphics look way better in this one than the first one. And it looks like there's a lot more unique aspects that they're introducing, but perhaps like new industries. Because they only give you like 3 or 4 like main industries in the first one, so maybe they're building on that. I would love just to add like little details where like you could choose like which businesses you want in like certain areas, just to make it like more like down to earth for real life. Man, they better fix those roads though, because those roads be looking like New Jersey right now. I'm not gonna lie. No, but it's a cool city builder game. Like, it's something that if you just want to like kill time and just make like a cool utopia, you know, it's really fun. I recommend it to all you city builder, you know, community players out there.
Yeah, you want to have businesses.
Let's hope the economy right now.
Let's hope the economy doesn't crash.
Right? If you think you're to all the people who say like I could make this better, I challenge you, go play City Skylines and make your city better.
And then you do, but the Canada's like wildfire thing.
Because I'll tell you right now, if I was in charge of my city right now, the taxes would be so fucking high right now.
You're playing mayor and like governor. What the fuck? You're taking this beyond what the game is. What?
I always make it like 12% taxes. Like that's the highest you could ever.
Damn. Well, everyone knows now to go to Delaware.
Shit, don't vote for me, guys.
Well, let me get your thoughts also, because I'm sure you're going to say this next. What about Clockwork Revolution, and then after that, the Xbox S Carbon?
I thought that was like a new BioShock game, actually, but no, it's an interesting steampunk instead. I feel like steampunk now is just so popular. Everybody wants to do something with steampunk, and it looks like there's like time travel elements in here too. So I don't know what the story is, but I love the design. I'll tell you right now of the environment, just like from like the robots to like the transit. I think it's a really nicely designed world, and some unique weapons designs as well. But how about you?
Yeah, it looked fine. I knew it wasn't going to be BioShock because the second I seen it wouldn't be BioShock Infinite, like something like that. I know that they're working on something new, so who knows when they're going to make another BioShock property or game. I know that Netflix has something that they're cooking up, so we'll see. Yeah, it looks fine. I think it looks fine. It's made by a familiar company, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people have their trust and faith in that. So yeah, for the most part, I think it'll be a good game. So sorry if that's a little vague, but yeah. And then, sure.
I was going to ask you, what did you think of Payday 3?
Payday 3. It has a huge fan base. I am glad that we're getting another Payday. It's not my cup of tea, personally, but I'm sure Twitch is going to be on fire. It's on fire already, but Twitch is going to be on fire even more just with the streaming Payday. So it looks a lot more bigger, too, which is great. So for the most part, yeah, I think...
I'm not gonna cap. Cool. I thought the graphics were
yeah.
Even we were talking during the live stream, and you said it looked like
it looked PS4
like early days.
Yeah, early day graphics.
I didn't even think like PS2 like early days. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. I mean that is always disappointing. Because you could tell whether it's art style or graphics. I think the general audience cares about graphics a lot. I think like the hardcore players don't. They really more so care about just how fun it is and the replayability. And also, could you make a career out of it, especially if you're a hardcore player, you're on Twitch. So that's why I think Payday 3 is so successful. Mm-hmm. So good for them for releasing that finally. And we get the date, September 21st, 2023. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I hope you guys enjoy it. It's been around for a really long time, since I was younger. So let me get your thoughts on, before we like talk about life and philosophy, let me get your thoughts on Xbox Series X 1 terabyte carbon black.
Well, damn, I wish I had that. Not for the paint job, but for the storage capacity. Because once I get Starfield, that motherfucker's gonna eat up my Xbox. Yeah. I don't think the price was justified, to be honest. It was really like, I feel like this was like thrown at the last minute. It's like, oh yeah, we have one more thing for you guys. It didn't offer much, but damn, 1 terabyte is a lot. I mean, for people who own the S like me, like it can be exhausting sometimes, like cleaning house, like when you want to have new games. So perhaps it's maybe worth it for people that just want to have an expansive collection. But what are your thoughts on it?
I like the aesthetic from the other one more. Like I actually, the PlayStation looks better in black. The Xbox, the one that they had, actually looks better in white. It's interesting to look at the Xbox Series S in white. It being black is not a big deal. I actually think the price is fine, to be honest with you, because it has limited hardware compared to Xbox Series X, but then it also has a 1 terabyte SSD, and it's a new paint job. I think that's fine. I think that's warranted, to be honest. I think this is actually a good opportunity for many people to pre-order this. Oh, they also said that they're upping the ante of production for the Xbox products, like the consoles and whatnot. So that's good. I wish that PlayStation said something like that. They didn't say anything like that in a PlayStation showcase. Okay, now you guys made it all the way up to this reactions without B-roll. Sorry about that, but I hope you enjoy our lovely
this
voices.
is torture for them. Shit.
Yes, this is torture. If you did stay up to this point, we always say that because you guys have no clue how many people actually don't stay around for that long.
Yep.
We appreciate you. Let me get your thoughts in general on Xbox. What the showcase? What were the strengths and what were the weaknesses? And also, how do you think they can improve? And what's your body count? So, it's like Saucecast.
There's 21 questions. Maybe after watching PS Showcase and Summer Game Fest, that was kind of like my pre-gaming for this, if you want to say. So I already had low expectations, but actually I think it maybe surpassed them in a way. I think with Xbox, you get what you pay for sometimes. And I think sometimes the quality isn't always there, but I think they still produce really good story games. And I think the strength of this one was obviously Starfield. The fact that they even had their own showcase for that game and people been waiting for a long time for it. That's probably like their flagship right now. Because this is Bethesda's like latest universe or world building game. And just seems like so immersive, and I think it'll really open up new avenues for players, in terms of what you can do and just diversity of playability. Some of the games are just like obviously like follow-ups that we've seen. I wish some of them had more gameplay, and most of them were just like cinematic trailers, but perhaps they're saving that, like we said, of course, for Ubisoft Forward and Game Awards, so I'm not going to be too nitpicky about that, and a lot of these games are actually coming out this year, which I'm really glad. So, we have a lot of content out for the end of the year, but overall, I thought it wasn't bad. How about you?
Well, you didn't say your body count, but that's fine. We'll reserve that for another discussion.
That's for another episode.
Well, I also won't say my body count. The day you guys will know my body count is the day Beyond and Evil shows another trailer from Ubisoft.
So you'll never know.
Yeah, so it was fine. Dylan looks bored right now, but it was fine. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck he's looking down. It looks fine, yeah. I think it's not underwhelming per se, because I always feel bad saying that, because there are people, like sometimes I feel like I'm too crude or mean or not tasteful when I give these criticisms about like, the graphics, these games, it's these indies and stuff. There's always a game for somebody, but I always speak like in terms of the general audience. When you are an Xbox player and you come back from work and you really just want to immerse yourself in a game, those type of people, I don't really think they're going to immerse themselves in indie games. I just don't. I think that they want to see AAA games, and I think that's a big part of the economy as well. I mean, again, the video game industry like towers over other entertainment industries in this country. So it is important in part to play. And when you see all these showcases that are pretty lackluster, I think you could tell, there is a problem with the industry so far with crunch and stuff. And that's why they're probably trying to take it a little bit more easier and be more strategic and tactical. We talked about that before. I thought this Xbox showcase is way better than a PlayStation showcase. Surprisingly, this is the first time I would ever think that. Well, it's like I feel like
it's because they didn't show us any side scroll.
Yeah, probably.
That's why it was so good.
Yeah, but I think what really makes a showcase great is the title releases, of course, like Star Wars, Starfield. If that was missing from this, we'd probably say, probably PlayStation, surprisingly, is way better. That's the unfortunate part. And that just goes to show you how much a name in a world means to properties and games and like what you buy. It means a lot. So that's unfortunate, because then a lot of people will kind of miss out on these newer ideas. And then because they missed out on these newer ideas, they're not going to make them anymore because they want to make money at the end of the day. So it's a really sticky situation. I know that's kind of like a philosophical, vague answer, but I think that's probably what's going on. Every time we do this, I always wonder, like, what's happening? I think it's a mix of a lot of things. If you guys follow us in the other reactions, the Ubisoft Forward one, the PlayStation Showcase one, we talk about this every time at the end. But this time, I'm glad to say that for the most part, I am satisfied. I'm like Nick Offerman's character from Last of Us. I'm satisfied. I live a long gaming life. Tomorrow, I think they're going to really bring the heavy hitters. I have a good feeling about tomorrow. And when I say heavy hitters, and I say tomorrow, I mean Ubisoft Forward. Heavy hitters like the Rabbids and Dance Dance Revolution. That's the heavy hitters. No, but tomorrow I think it's going to be great. I'm glad that Ubisoft partnered with Xbox. That is really cool. I wonder if that Star Wars game is Xbox exclusive only, like actually play it there. That's going to be wild. Bethesda partner with Xbox. I want to see more for Flex though from Xbox. I do. I want to see some more. I wonder what's gonna happen with like the games that we enjoy, like Doom 3.
Because like,
you know,
yeah, for the most part, it's like when I go to Game Pass and I'm just looking for like shit to really play, it's very dry. It's almost like barren sometimes.
Barren.
So, yeah, and I don't want to just like replay like Halo or Gears of War. It's like I want other cool IPs, right? And indies are cool. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of their indies that they do, I think, are sometimes even better than PlayStation. But for the most part, I think they just need to push certain IPs more, right? To like almost AAA level. And I think they're doing that with Starfield, right? I think that they're in a good spot with that game right now. But then it's like, well, then it becomes like we said for PlayStation Showcase, all about Spider-Man, right? So this one is like all about Starfield. So it's like, is anybody really paying attention to the other ones, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great point. I mean, what can you say? Sorry if you guys feel bored. Yeah, it's just we are so tired for making so much content like back to back to back. So this was like kind of impromptu.
I told you this is our Ramadan, right?
That's what it is.
Our gaming Hanukkah right now. Like, we have to light the menorah every time we do a showcase event.
Like yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure a lot of you guys will disagree with a lot of points we've said, and I'm sorry if you guys want to like curse the shit out of us in the comments, but I'm sure a lot of you guys will also agree with a lot of things we have to say too. There's something out there for everybody. Just again, now it's like AAA games are not really in abundance like they used to, and it feels like a lot of people are left out. And so I think that's why a lot of people are like rating it negative C or especially like when Jeff Keighley puts out a poll on like, what would you rate this showcase? And I'll put like bad scores. That's why. I mean, a lot of people could be trolling, but at the end of the day, I mean, that's what it is. You have to listen to the majority to understand. And Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, everybody, all of them, they hear the majority. But I think, again, there's something behind the scenes. They're saving, they're waiting to like pop out and it's going to be booming. And that's what I hope for. Maybe I'm a little optimistic, but I think that it's just a tactical thing that they're doing right now for their businesses, So, yeah. Well, my friends, that is the end of our Xbox Game Showcase. If you guys made it to this point, seriously, this is so cool if you guys made it to this point of this video. I don't expect many people to do so far in our YouTube career, but if you did, I just want to let you know that we greatly appreciate you. We love you, and we're consistently making content for everybody to enjoy. We are tired like hell, but we keep on pushing. We have plenty of shows that we're reviewing, plenty of things to react to. Summer has just started, so beware. There's gonna be a lot of probably more reactions down the way.
Viewers beware, you're in for a scare.
Probably, I don't know. With the Idol that we reviewed so far, I don't know. You guys are gonna be a little bit scared. But yeah, we have plenty of stuff coming your way, especially in July. July is a big one for us. We got some new stuff coming your way. So, but Dylan, as always, please take us away.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who stuck around and for everybody who watched our other showcase events. Excuse me, we also have Ubisoft Forward coming tomorrow as well. These were really fun to talk about. I love just seeing, where the future of gaming and the industry is headed and just discussing it with you because you're a very passionate gamer, Akram.
Yeah,
so yeah, guys, check out our other content as well. We do plenty of reviews, reactions, let's talk about, plenty of content for you guys to immerse yourself in. And, leave a like, leave a comment. Don't roast us like IGN's comment section.
Oh, God. Sometimes we have it worse.
Don't light us the fuck up. No, but thank you guys so much. Let us know how we're doing as a podcast. But until then, thanks for having lunch with us, guys.
I'll see you guys.